right, welcome to the Exploding Heads Horror Movie Podcast, episode 245. 245. Strap yourselves in for a bunch of BS. But I'm Dave Z, and this guy over
Hey,
here.
I guess I'm Chainsaw Christian still. I haven't come up with a new
Well, hey,
moniker since the
I
last
didn't like
time.
it to begin with. Well, I didn't like it to begin with. So if you don't want to do Chainsaw Christian, I'm happy with that. Very. I don't like, see, I like nicknames too, because I work on Jay of the Deads, and there's all kinds of crazy nicknames in that crew. Even their listeners and other guys, they all have midnight horror host type thing. It's a cool gimmick. You just embrace it and it's fun. So I guess Chainsaw Christian is okay. I should take it back.
Or
I just think
Cuckoo
there's a better
Christian.
one.
We just have to
There's a
change
better
it up
one.
every now and there. Yeah, I don't. We can change it up. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Do
And
you?
what do I what?
Do you want me to give you a new nickname every week and then I can introduce you?
Sure. Takes
Oh, wow,
takes
this would be
more
fun.
pressure off of me. I like this.
I'll do it. I'll say, okay, I'm Dave Z, and over here is, and then boom, and I'll say your name, whatever your name
So
is
we're
going to
not
be for
starting
that
tonight.
week.
Tonight I'm still Chainsaw Christian.
Well, I'm not that creative. I can't just come up with a off the top of the Canadian. Oh no, that I was going to say the Canadian Avenger. I was going to say, but that's kind of cheap. We already have a toxic offender, you know. So I don't want to see the Canadian Avenger. Although that's not bad, the Canadian Avenger, right?
Well, I think the reason you're getting into it's not bad. Sorry, yeah. Let me answer that first.
That's
The reason we
okay.
were getting into start with said it was going to be BS is because we've recorded so closely to our other show, and
Oh
both you and I have had such busy weekends that uh,
boy.
I've watched two slasher. Well, let me two and a half slashers, and I know I could talk confidently on the half slasher, even though I'm going to finish it to be completist because it's probably the bottom of the barrel of what I've watched. And it's not even the one you're
Ooh.
probably thinking of.
I have no idea when I'm thinking it's something new. I'm hoping it's not something that I gave a six to and said, check it out, everybody. You
No,
know?
I guarantee you did not even get it. You didn't give this a six. This is
Oh,
a this
good.
this was found on Tubi. Not that it was even hard to
I knew
find,
it. I
but
knew
my
it.
God, is it fucking horrible. Horrible.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to
Horrible.
have
The
I
silent
can't
H.
wait to have Bill Van Vagel on now. The Canadian crippler. No, I can't call him that. That was Chris Benoit. Um, but I can't wait to have Bill Van Vagel on your Canadian brethren who loves Tubi. So it's going to be interesting, and he likes a lot of stuff. He's like you and
I
me,
like Tubi,
you know.
but there what you find out is every now and then you're like, oh, I just rented someone's home video.
Well, yeah, we don't.
And
So basically,
yeah, and there's no exaggeration. It's worse
okay,
than people's home videos. Like you could put something together better right now, no questions asked.
okay. So basically, then SOBs who like SOVs might be into these Tubi movies.
This is
Is what you're saying.
this would actually, I was going to say this is digital, which it could be because it was 1997, even though it's listed as 2020 on Tubi. When I went into IMDb, it's 1997. So they even have it incorrectly
Oh,
listed, but the date. And so then digital did come out in 95. That's when the Sony released its first consumer prosumer like digital. That's when I was going goo goo gaga because I realized you can film on this and it when you edit, there'd be no generation loss. So that was the first thing. We weren't quite at we weren't at 24 frames per second yet, or whatnot. That came a little bit later, but it was at the start of it, and it had a different kind of look to it. It definitely didn't look like film, but it didn't necessarily look like video. But I'm
right.
telling you, this one I think was shot on video. Uh, I don't think it looks like it was shot on VHS, which again could have its own charm to it. I can admit that as well, but
Mm-hmm.
you still have to have fucking talent. And when there's no talent on display, it's just a piece of and you know what? I feel vindicated because I checked really quickly right before the show to log it, and I saw that Dave Parker, who I was hoping was going to join us tonight, had watched it and rated it low. And when do you hear of Dave Parker rating something that low? Usually he'll give it a little bit of a pass. Fuck, Ghoulies 2 was on his top 100 when we were doing the top 200 of all time.
Well,
So, you know what I'm saying?
true.
Again, I keep
Well,
bringing that up, but I'm just showing that as a reference because he goes for enjoyment factor. And so even he was saying there's absolutely, positively, undeniably no entertainment factor to this movie whatsoever.
wow. Well, I mean, you're halfway into it, but we'll
I
have
know,
to
I
revisit
know.
it.
Well, I'll
Uh,
say 2 words later about it.
2 words. I want to figure out how to put the blurry on my Zoom because you look so much better than me because you blur out the back.
Mine's different
I
though.
don't.
Mine's not blurred background. If I put
Ah,
blurred background, I'll show you a blurred.
you're not
blurred
blurred right now?
It is, but it's something I did that actually just does a slight blur as
Oh,
opposed to actually doing the blurred background. And I did it accidentally one day, and I'm like, oh, I like that better because it's kind of like, you know, uh, uh, depth of field type thing where I'm more in focus, but the back is just slightly out of focus. Whereas you blur your background, it's totally blurred,
yeah. Mine are
100%
just
blurred.
mine are just pictures. You know, they're like pictures. Like I can put my glasses on. See, I'm gonna put these glasses on.
Oh, you're not going to play with the
Well,
fucking filters again, are you? There he goes.
like that. See,
3D. Mr. 3D over
I
there.
I could do 3D glasses, right? But oh, wait a minute. Is that what I think it is? Oh no, it's not. Wait. I thought it was a head exploding.
He's weird. He's weird.
It, it's called
Throwing
Midsummer.
flowers. Oh my God, that's
It's called
hilarious.
Midsummer. How about that? Now
He's
I'm like a
playing with
Blues
filters
Brother.
for everybody listening to the
I didn't mean
audio.
to. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to put on blur. Why can I do all these crazy things, but I can't put a blur on?
You
Like
can,
how?
but I'm not going to waste time while we're recording to tell you how
Okay,
to do
you're
it. But it's
right.
there. It's there.
Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
you just
Easy
click on
enough.
the video camera, the little arrow up. The first, like one of the first options I see is blur my background. It's like you can't even miss it. That's not what I'm
You
doing though.
click a video camera? Oh, okay. Man, mine says camera, FaceTime, and that's all it is. What are you gonna do? Oh well.
Yeah.
Guys, I tried. I tried to do something because I think it'd look better. But what the hell? Who's even watching? Not many people are
Look
watching.
what arrived. So
They're listening.
we were talking about this, and so this is another visual for everybody out there. I messaged these guys. My
Oh
Opera
boy,
4K came from Severin.
this guy.
Look at it.
Awesome.
I haven't had a chance to
Awesome.
watch it yet, though. I was hoping to watch it for the show. It's not so. We'll do a quick review of it. It came
Let's
quickly. It came really quickly, which is great because I spent a fucking
it
fortune.
came quickly.
Yeah, just like I do. A,
Right.
I ordered it, and like when you all ordered it, I got it first for whatever reason. But with the exchange and the shipping I had to pay, I had to pay a premium for this. So that's the only thing
Ah,
I'll say. Not that I deserve to get it fast or anything. So the outer case is
at least you got it.
it's hard, but
Hmm.
it's not nearly as hard as an Arrow release. It
Oh, I
the
see. Okay.
Arrow ones just feel a little bit more durable,
Right.
but it's fine. I've
Right.
I've heard actually Chris A.K. Scott told me he saw something, so then I started like researching into it, and people were complaining, saying it's a little bit flimsy, but I'm like, it's fine. It's just if you're used to the Arrow ones,
Right. It
this
is
was
flimsy.
it's just not
It's
quite the
old
same.
school. It's the dude. I've been getting those for years. It's just that you know what I mean. How many old blues and old DVDs you have that same feel?
Yeah.
Tons. It's just that Arrow stepped up the game in that department.
Oh,
That's all there is to it. Certain companies have, and they do it really well. So now when you see something that's normal, now it seems like it's less than. That's all it is. It's just that it's expectations versus reality. It's everything now. That's
and that's the
awesome, man.
booklet that comes with it. The booklet is beautiful because it's in full
Mine's
color.
coming. They
It's
haven't
got the
shipped it yet.
It's so weird, eh? Since it's an American
Yeah,
company, this is the
man.
first time I've lucked out, man. But I got another story about
Good.
Raven Banner that I'll get to after. But yeah, it's a beautiful little
Ah,
booklet. Some essays, great artwork. It shows all the features and the things, and then here's the 4K and the DVD. But look how thin. It looks exactly like this is a 5 discer. So they've crammed.
Right.
You figured they could have like,
Oh
so
yeah.
all 5 discs are in this bad boy. Um,
Wow.
and it's very odd because okay, so you get the director's cut, which is the U.S. cut. It says director's cut slash U.S. cut, which is 4K. Then you get that exact same thing in a Blu-ray disc. And then there's a separate disc that just says opera director's cut, just in Blu-ray only. And then you
Hmm.
get a full Blu-ray disc of special additional features or additional features, as they say. And then you get the compact disc of the original soundtrack. So
There you go.
it's a cool release when it comes to like
It's
they
yeah.
really did think of everything, but it's just weird. So that you get that traditional art because that's the art that I have on my
See, they could
Blu-ray.
have just sold that.
I know.
They could have for
Well, it's
freaking
because you pop in the book
half the
and the
price.
cover, and then they jack the price up. Exactly. So
That's the issue
it
I
is a great
have. But
release. It is a great release.
right. I mean, I'm just thankful we have it. We finally have it on 4K. You know what I mean? Excellent. Even blue, there wasn't a whole lot. So I mean, I'm
I
glad we
have it on
got it.
blue. I have it on blue, but it was
There wasn't a lot out there though.
it was just the regular. It was just the movie, and the I don't have Four Flies. That's like that and Inferno would be the only two. Now Four Flies 7 released, but it sold out
Too much.
immediately, and
Man, it was way too much.
now it's ridiculously priced on eBay because
Dude,
of profiteers, which I get it, capitalists, but it just drives me crazy.
fuck it.
So,
Yeah.
and then
I'm a
today
Four Flies guy, man. I'm a Four Flies guy, and even I say it's too much money for
I'm a
that.
Four Flies guy.
It does have a good
It's like
ring
a
to
rap album. I'm a Four Flies guy.
it. Four Flies guy.
These two were dirt cheap, man. Fantastic. I know that they're coming out.
Nice.
I know that these are coming out and
Starry
being
eyes.
re-released. So I got
The
the
Jane Doe looks
autopsy of Jane
cool.
Doe. That's
That's
just the
something
sleeve.
special. Yes.
That's their special
Yes.
edition. There's another one that
Mhm.
exists out there that was either a steelbook or something else where it doesn't have the title on it at all, which was a complaint by some people. But it was a really cool artwork of her showing her like on the autopsy table. And when you take the sleeve off it, she's like opened up inside. But
That's
so
sweet.
it was really cool. And I know that there's a 4K or another release of this coming out. This was $10 brand new. Starry Eyes was $10 brand new. But I ordered these things on June 22nd. No, from a Canadian, from Raven Banner, Canadian. Fucking, I was working right by when I was starting my job. I was working down the street from where they ended up shipping these things out of, and they
Mhm.
just sent me. I had follow up twice with them. Hey, like Canadian company, no word of it shipping, no movement, anything. 1 full month and a day, and then I got a shipping notice. So on July 23rd, I got a notice that they were shipping. And then I thought they were going to come on Friday and they came here today. But that was it. I was like, that was just weird since I ordered Opera
Mhm.
like a week, a week and a half or whatever ago. And then
Well,
I ended up getting it right away.
sometimes you're the fly, sometimes you're the windshield.
Yeah.
You know,
Sometimes I'm
sometimes you're
four
Four
flies.
Flies guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I see.
I knew it was coming back.
It's all about flies tonight.
Now the I did get that Hitcher one. I ordered that too. So that's
Right.
not released yet. I know you're not a fan of that movie, but that's not
I'll
released yet. That
try
will
it
be coming
again.
later. And I did order Torso 4K from Arrow.
Nice.
That's coming out. I have that on
Nice.
Blue as well. And then that's just because these are the ones completest, and then that Friday the 13th one because they were those fell because those were released by Arrow, and it was weird. They're not on the Arrow site for the UK. They're on the Arrow film site in the States. Isn't that
Maybe it's
weird?
not getting a UK release. Maybe it's only US only release. Sometimes they have.
Might be. That would explain it then. The Torso and
Maybe.
the Friday the 13th remake. So that's it. I spent that was like some of that was a gift to me for my birthday. Some of that was the gift for me for starting a job. It came late and everything else. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that doesn't end it. There's some other great ones out there, but I think I might have to just take a break for a bit.
Yeah, no, I had my fun. I was able to do it because of I paid off the credit cards. I had to put some action on them. So I was able to
I
justify
love
with a
that.
little here and a little bit there. As long as I keep my credit card under 10% all the time, or even under 30%, to be fair. But you have to do to look really good. As long as I do that, that's what I do. But I keep them down low. I got those Hitchcock, those three Hitchcock 4K collections because they were on a great sale. So I just got Close Encounters 4K today.
Nice.
Insidious comes next week. Everything
Part
else I
two.
think I talked about on the other shows. Yeah. Did I talk about the ones on the others? No, it'll never be part two. That fucking well,
Did you hear the announcement they just shot today? The new
part two.
Paramount collection. You
Speaking
heard
of
it?
part two,
Yeah,
yeah, I was gonna bring it up even. Yeah, it's
that's
um
fucking ridiculous.
yes.
They have to be releasing that on its own at some
I
point.
don't want them to release it first and foremost. I don't want Paramount to release it because fuck Paramount, but not just because fuck Paramount, but because of what they did with the first one.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Which, okay, nothing special and everything else. And again, I still haven't watched it, but you've talked about how some people had issues with some of the decisions made, but some of the things on the disc and even the transfer itself.
I had
And
issues. No one else has talked about it. I'm the only idiot that seems to have an issue with it. The fade to white, it was replaced to a fade to black. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would they have changed that? Unless something looked blue out on the 4K or whatever. Just a weird change.
no, man, you're not the only one. People were complaining about the color of the blood and something else and just something being off with the I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought you were kind of like right along with what a lot of people were thinking. They had issues with it. I still haven't watched it. I keep saying I will, but I don't want Paramount to do it. I want, I want Scream Factory to do it, and I want them to do it the right way, and I want them to put the freaking missing footage back into the movie. Get a
Well, you know it's going to
score,
get like,
get whatever you got to do.
I
If
bet
you
you,
can't make it look better, they may not be able to make it look better because of the way it was baked in some oven and all this other stuff to bring it back. It wasn't the same thing
it's like some cookies, like
as
fucking Christmas
yeah,
cookies.
like My Buddy Valentine. My Buddy Valentine, they were eventually to make it better and better and better. Now I got the 4K. I haven't watched it since I got it, but the thing is, I got it with that sale, and I know how it looks. It looked great on the last blue they put out of My Buddy Valentine. So, I mean,
I mean,
but the other one looks, you can tell. Um, Silent Night, Deadly Night, the stuff that's in there, you could tell. But you know what? If they can clean it up just to look as good as that, I'll be
that's it.
happy.
And you know what? This
Please.
is where AI is cool. And people shit on it and whatever, but this is where you can use AI technology. We've all seen it. I've tried it. I don't
Agreed.
know if you have, where you get a blurry fucking old photo and you put it through the AI algorithms and they do their thing and it comes out. Yeah, they're playing around with it. I'm not saying that they have to do, I'm not talking about upgrading all the movies that way, but I'm just saying in this instance, when you're trying to fix baked footage or match it as best as possible, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Why wouldn't we
Yes.
be? They essentially recreate it, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because they're trying to get it back to the most pristine version of what it was supposed to look like. So now
Hmm.
Paramount probably won't do that, as we've just
No,
discussed.
they
Screen
don't care.
Factory could do that and maybe will do that, but I'm assuming Paramount is going to. We know that they're cash cows because all they've done is released really brutal, like as much as we both have them all those steel books that are just the
Right.
re-release of the Blu-ray in a steelbook format.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
No bonuses, no extra.
No, they don't
Just
care.
and even that one, the one that you wouldn't even buy because it's that eye art, the eyeball art. I
Yep.
heard all it is it's that exact steelbook with a fucking cardboard cardboard sleeve on it that's even less durable than the ones we were talking about. Like in the sense of that when you take off the protective because it's got the steelbook protective backing, like one of
Uh-huh.
yeah, like one of these again. Sorry, everybody, like the visuals here, but one of these on the
Oh, I
back of it.
hate those things.
Well, he says
Oh,
you pull it off, and it actually damages the cardboard
oh,
sleeve. So you're paying the premium for the sleeve. You don't even want the sleeve because you hate the art. But I've wanted to get all the collections, but I will not drop money on that one because it looks like
nope.
absolute chintz out. And they
Yeah.
pop a sleeve on it that's not even well done with a premium. So the point of this was Paramount is going to put no love into it. They're just going to release it in 4K. It's in this thing with Rosemary's Baby, which is great, but and then there's some other really
No.
weird ones too, though. So I got Rosemary's
Rosemary's
Baby.
Baby. Wait a minute. Paramount's not doing that. That's not part of it. The Rosemary's
I thought it
Baby.
was.
It's no, it's like fucking, I'll tell you what it is. Going by memory, it's Breakdown, the thriller with fucking Kurt Russell. It's one of the orphan movies. It's either I think it's the first kill, honestly. I don't even think it's the original. And it's another movie, but I really don't think it's Rosemary's Baby. Because I'd remember if it was Rosemary's Baby, even though I had
You,
no interest in it.
well, yeah, it was just it was a weird collection of movies.
World War Z, dude. As far as you can get from fucking Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah,
That's funny. So it's Friday 2 Breakdown, World War Z, an orphan first kill. That
that's
just
what it was.
goes to show you Paramount.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
fucking stupid. Well, they don't care. It's a money making. It's a fucking. They don't understand. That's what I'm saying. Fuck Paramount. Same shit most Friday fans have said. Even though I have nothing but respect for the nostalgia of parts 1 through 8 because they are the Paramount years, we all know they didn't give a shit about it. They said it. They How many times have we heard from the producers and everybody in all the documentaries that nobody gave a shit about fucking Friday the 13th, and they were a lot of more embarrassed about it, even though it made them money. So fuck them. Just somebody put out a good. Here's the problem: 4K Friday. Maybe there's an issue. Why hasn't Scream put one out? If Paramount put one out and they have these rights, what's the deal?
Because they're gonna probably do what they did with Halloween and release them in like 4 packs or something like that. They'll probably do or or the Paramount and then the separate ones, kind of like what they did with Halloween. So they're gonna do
You know
another
what?
box set.
Let's go on the record now, okay, and make an announcement that they are going to make, and let's take a look and see when the next Friday the 13th is in 2024. And I'll tell you what, if it's October, okay, it's September. Friday the 13th, September 2024. Maybe just maybe we will get a announcement on in
They would have
September.
announced it by now because I think they even announced I think it was in July when they announced that big box set from shockingly a long time ago. Like I can't believe how many years have passed since that thing got released already now. Like what is it? It's been
Yeah,
like I think it was 2019 that got released. It was pre-COVID.
it probably was.
Yeah. So like we're talking about 5 years ago, and that was released in October
Right, but I'm
or
saying they might
September.
make
Yeah.
but they might make the announce they always make the announcement on a Friday the 13th. I'm not saying it's going to go for sale on a Friday I'm saying on September 13th, Friday the 13th, Scream's going to announce it. Fucking
Oh,
parts 1 and 2 are coming
sorry.
out in 4K.
Yeah, yeah,
That's my
you're
hope.
right. You could be right. Yeah, you're right.
You
Did
know,
you see that finally, even though if that's the true artwork
finally.
for it, it happened to me.
Yeah, right in front of my face with 4 flies on gray velvet.
The Nightmare on Elm Street 4K. Now, I hate if it's the true artwork, it's so bland. It's just again, it's just Freddy. It's not even so it's a sleeve. I'm assuming you pull the sleeve off and you'll have the proper artwork underneath. I really hope. Or if this is the cover, it's just Freddy looking, in fully lit, like you're looking at promotional material from part 4 or something, and that's the cover for Friday or
Huh.
for Nightmare on Elm Street 4K, and that's supposed to come out in December of this year.
Who's making it? Do you know?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember. I can't
Oh,
remember.
here it is. Fangoria says A Nightmare on Elm Street, theatrical and uncut, 4K. Okay, this is Grove. We can't find the page.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that was the other
Let's
thing.
go to
They talked about
Fangoria.
it being uncut. Um, I feel like the laser disc that I had was like the laser disc was like his sweater. That's the cover of the laser disc. And I feel like if they didn't have it uncut, they had the
Hmm.
uncut foot. But I don't know what if it's kind of like Friday the 13th uncut. There's like some like very little extra.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, hold on. Ready, Freddy focus points. See alternate takes, two commentaries, Craven, Langenkamp, and Saxon. Yeah, this might be old. Alternate endings, three featurettes, makings of
Yeah,
this and
they're
that,
going to show the
19.
footage of Johnny Depp because
Hmm.
there is footage if everybody remembers, it's a fan of the movie. There's footage of him emerging from the bed, which looked absolutely ridiculous. So it's good that they cut that out. Like,
It's a steel book, huh?
yeah, that's what
Th-
I, so then if it's a
Okay.
steel book, I'm hoping that that's a sleeve that's at the front, but if that's the cover of it, it looks it's just a generic Freddy picture, right?
I can't find it because I can't. It's being, I guess it's Arrow that's making it because it says a UK company. That's all it says here. It says exciting news. Nightmares coming to 4K for the very first time later this year via a region-free UK release. The release is currently available for pre-order via Amazon. So when I clicked on it to actually see it, it says I'd have to switch over to UK Amazon to see it. So I'm not going to do that. So I wanted to see what you were talking about, what it looked like, you know? So
Hmm.
there it is, come into 4K steel. Oh, that's just a generic picture. I don't know what you saw, but hey,
Well, might be the one, the generic picture, no?
yeah. No, no, for part one. It's just a freaking movie. It's not like, you know. Well, hold on. Blu-ray.com. The Nightmare on Elm Street 40th. They're not going to add the picture. Well, let's see. Is it a full on? Here's hoping it's the full uncut version. So nobody fucking knows. It says Warner Brothers Home Entertainment plans to put it out. Well, Warner Brothers, they're not hooked up in the freaking UK. At least not to my knowledge. Buddy,
No,
I just don't know.
it's funny because now I can't find a picture of it anywhere. It was someone posted it
Yeah,
on
it got
Facebook.
yanked. Maybe
Someone,
it got yanked.
yeah, that was me that got yanked.
No, because remember I went to that place before. Oh wait, hold on. Maxine's coming when 4K. Yes, Maxine 4K. Just really. Oh, no release date. F you. I got all excited. It's a 4K too. But anyway, let me go back a page because remember I told you earlier, right here, Grove. You know that's like Grove.com. A Nightmare on Elm Street theatrical and uncut. And it even says $30, limited edition 4K Ultra HD Steelbook, UHD, release date to be announced. Then I click on it and it says, oh, it shows up this time. Before it said, remember dude, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, rewind this podcast. I
Okay, I'll
went
do
to
it
it
right
before and it
now.
says,
I'll do it
yeah.
Spaceball style.
Is this it? That's what you're talking about. It's
No,
just his
it's
glove
funny.
hanging on the side.
No, that's
Oh,
actually
okay.
better than the one I saw. Mine literally was just a picture of Freddie looking. I think you know who I think I saw it on. I think it was Facebook, and I think it was Willis, and he had the picture of it and with the link on Facebook.
Dude. And this says Region A. This says that Warner Brothers is putting it out. So I guess Warner Brothers does have a chapter in the UK. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I just,
Is it the final chapter?
wow. It might be. Ooh, want 20% off your first purchase. I might
Wow.
use this site, Grove. I don't think I've used it before. 20% off. I can pre-order it now. Son of a bitch, I just might. Okay. So anyway, I'll do that on my own time. Sorry, listeners. We took you on a trip talking about Blu-rays and shit. Oh, here's a funny story about a Blu-ray. I don't know if you saw, but I was excited, and because I've mentioned it here on the show before, that I've been waiting for Shredder to have a Blu-ray release that's at a good price. It's always like $30 or more. Haven't I said this recently?
I believe so because we talked about it
Okay.
recently, but I
Yeah.
don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, I was waiting for. So now I see that the MVD sale, they had the invitation for 5, which is great, and they had Shredder for 10. I go, look at this! Finally, I've been waiting. So I ordered
Wow.
them, and they come in. Now hold on a minute.
Uh-oh.
So
Is it not the right
I have
shredder?
I have this app on my phone, right? And the app is called My Movies. And when as soon as I buy a new movie, for example, Close Encounters came today, I turn it over, I find the barcode, and I scan it, and that's how it goes into my app. Now I know all the Blu-rays I own. And I will tell you this, 90% of the time when I have a question, oh, see, that's a different one. Buddy, I'm so perplexed about this Nightmare on Elm Street 4K.
I'm
I don't
sorry.
know what to think.
Yeah, I
I don't know
just
what to
showed the generic picture, everybody. Maybe I'll take a screenshot of it and put it. Well, people watching the video saw it, but all you listening out there, just visualize Freddy, just a picture of Freddy. Anyway, your
Yeah.
Shredder.
So now Shredder, what the hell was I saying about it?
Well,
Oh, I have the app. Like I got Close Encounters today. I scan the app. It's in me. It's in me now. I know all. And 90% of the time or more, if I have a question whether I already own something, I don't buy until I look at that app. That prevents me from buying doubles. So I get on it. So I enter everything in the freaking thing. So I've been talking about not having this Shredder for so long, and I got so excited when it went on sale. Now I try to go
yeah,
to put it in my movies, and it won't go through. And I'm like, what's going on here? So finally, I come down. Look at this.
you have it.
I already had Shredder. I must have found some cheap sale over the past year, and somehow I didn't enter it in my freaking movies thing.
Now, when you
And
when
then I
you're
forgot.
saying it and you're calm right now, but when you found that out, when you put it out there, did you fucking blow a gasket, like just even a little bit?
No, I just kind of frowned.
Okay, because I sometimes I'm like, motherfucker, what? Like,
If
how
it would
did
have
you?
been $30, then
Yeah,
I would have been mad. But it was only a $10 buy, and I figure, well, maybe I'll give it away, or maybe I'll sell it on freaking one of them places on Facebook. Well,
yeah,
now I got to give it away because I said it to the listeners. All right, who wants a Shredder? Send
yeah.
me a message on Facebook if you can find me, Dario Z, and I'll send you the Shredder. There you go.
Or we could do something on the Patreon page or something. Uh,
Oh, that or
anyway,
that. Yeah, we'll do it on the Patreon page. Forget what I said, guys. Now someone's pissed. See, we're on the page when they're hearing me
yeah,
talk now, and we're not editing this out. Sorry.
yeah.
So blame Christian.
I ain't editing. Yeah.
Blame Chainsaw over
Oh
here.
man. Well,
Um,
what happens is there's always new announcements. So like if you are a fan of physical media, it can be exciting because we keep hearing about how it's the decline of physical media. And I've just been having this discussion with a few people because we had some people over this weekend and it came up in conversation of what is this fascination? Um, I had it with a couple of people live in person. I was texting Chris, aka Scott. We've had it before, Dave, but it's just like you get this euphoric feeling, and then it's like this emptiness. Like, I mean, why? I love having them in my collection, but you end up watching them a handful of times. But I guess it's just knowing that you can watch it when you want to watch it and not having to
well,
worry about renting it again or finding it on some stupid streaming service that seems to have
well, that's
everything but
it.
the movies you want to watch.
Well, most things, if you watch them twice, they've paid for themselves. Think about it. Like if you were to
Close.
rent it and stream it, and I'm not even, that's just financially. You know what I'm saying? If you rented something twice, you would be paying probably what it, what it was to buy it to a degree. But even if it would take 3 to justify it, you still don't own something that you're streaming and renting. This you own, you have the luxury of having it. Here it is. And don't forget, the prices fluctuate. You might be able to make money on that thing someday if you so chose to. Or
Yeah.
just like, what do you think happened here yesterday for an hour? And I have a house guest. So as hard as it is, because, I can't watch my stuff because, the stuff I watch isn't for regular people. So, yesterday, all of a sudden, our Wi-Fi went out. our cable was out. It was out for like an
Oh,
hour and they restored it. So what can you do? You can't stream anything. You don't have this. You don't have that. I'm supposed to be watching City of the Living Dead, and House by the Cemetery for Podcast Under the Stairs for summer series this year. So I started watching it, and I put in my Blu-ray, and I'm watching it because what other choice do I have? And I say, when they come home, I'll ask them what they want to watch. Good thing we have movies here because there's no cable anymore without internet. So now you can't even stream. So guess what? Here I am. Here are the movies. Of course, it was the wrong movie to play in front of company, but I was already watching it when they walked in. It's funny because he sits down, he
you're
sees
in my house.
the priest hangs himself, and he's he's kind of religious too. So
Yeah, it's probably not the best movie to show someone that's like,
no, but it happened to be on. I had to watch it for the podcast. They just came back from being out, and literally, there's nothing to watch except Blu-rays. And I'm already watching this Blu-ray. So what am I going to do? As soon as someone walks in, say, "Oh, you know what I mean?" I don't know. He might sit down and like it. I don't know.
did
But
he enjoy it?
that's what happened. But there's the answer. No, he walked out after he saw that scene. Um, and I understand. I
That's
forgot
your
that part was going
brother-in-law?
to happen. My brother-in-law? No, no, no. My uncle-in-law. Is that a word?
Uncle-in-law. Yeah, okay. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah. My uncle by marriage. I don't know. My wife's uncle. you know, are they called in-laws?
My uncle-in-law. You can
Is
just
that
say
what they are
yeah,
called?
but your wife's uncle. I don't even know if they would. Yeah, I
I
don't think you
don't
call him an
know.
uncle-in-law, but yeah, my wife's uncle,
Huh.
or you could just be your uncle, whatever.
Yeah, I guess there's no term for that. For everything else there is for aunts and uncles. Oh no, what about grandparents? Can you say my grandfather-in-law? I want to know the answer to this question.
Say whatever the fuck you
Unbelievable.
want, Dave.
Who would have thought that nobody ever pondered this question until just this moment? Not nobody, but we haven't. You never sat down and thought about it.
Oh, I
But anyway,
have because when I got married, I was thinking all this stuff way back when. But I just say whenever I talk about them, when I think of what do I say, I'm like, oh, yeah, my wife's uncle, my wife's aunt, or
oh,
Aunt
okay.
Deb, or I just refer to them as Uncle Ross or Aunt Deb or whatever it may be.
Yeah. Oh
Just
yeah.
simple as that. I don't. Yeah,
I know what happened. I know what happened. It was a leading question.
I know what
You asked
happened.
me a leading question. You said, is it your brother-in-law? So you already put the in-law out there. So I just responded, no, my uncle-in-law. That's why. I should have just said my wife's uncle, right?
It's always my fault. You sound like my wife. Twist the words and
Well,
I know what you meant. I
it's a
know.
leading question, though. That's the best I got. I have to mention this to you. Did you know? And I think you didn't know, and I think a lot of listeners don't know, or don't care in some cases. But did you know that Melissa is actually alive?
I
She did
did
not
know
die
this. I did know
from
this
cancer.
because I brought this up and everybody questioned me. I think it was during our Friday retro. Dude, I again we could go back or it was in the numerous times we talked about our own Friday retro because we do that a lot as well. And I
Hmm.
believe I brought it up, said, "Hey, did you hear about this?" And no one could find out any information, but it was the guy from I think Nick, the lead guy, mentioned that hey, she's alive and well, just nobody, we had lost contact with her, so there was like a rumor that spread, but is it official?
Well, no, it's hold on. It's
It was a
more than
hoax.
that. No, it's more than that. Hold on. Let me look up the
Okay.
new blood and get her real name. And I thought I had saved something. No, it's nothing like that. There was another person that had her name that died, and I guess they were someone who's a bit of a celebrity, or they did something. Not that either of them are a celebrity. Either way, I'm just saying there was an actress, I believe, another one with
So
that
she is
name.
officially alive.
Yeah, she's alive and well. Let me see. What is her name in real life? Where is Melissa? She's around here somewhere. Tony, Tina. Come on, what is this? Don't tell me she's not in this movie anymore. Oh,
And their
there's
wedding, you ever
Susan.
see that Tony and
Susan.
Tina's wedding?
Tony and Tina's wedding. Oh, I haven't seen it, but I would.
Evil Dead the
So
musical is back in Toronto for any of our Canadian listeners, which we don't have a lot of, funny enough, even though we have Canadian podcasters and fellow Canadian horror fans, but most of our listeners come from the US of A. And then we got a handful in the did you see Marco's post about our geography of
no, wait, what did it say?
Finland and Denmark and everything else? It was pretty funny. But anyway, he just mocked us. It was like a 2-line thing, like, yeah, thanks for the geography lesson, you fucks, or something like you idiots, or something to that effect. Anyway, but most of
Yeah.
our listeners come from the States. But the point is that I saw Evil Dead the musical way back when it first came out, and it was fantastic. I sat just on the cusp of the splatter zone or whatever they called it, so I didn't get drenched, but I got hit with some of the fake blood that they spew during it. But it's a
Oh,
great show to watch. The one I missed that I wish I saw was the Toxic Avenger, the musical. That's what I
I was
missed
gonna
that.
call you the Toxic Avenger, the Canadian Avenger. Wow. Oh, you didn't see it though. Oh
I
wow.
didn't see the Toxic Avenger one. That's the one I wish I saw. Evil Dead I saw, and it's back, and I would go see
Nice.
that again. It was a lot of fun.
Nice, dude. I'm happy to hear that. That's maybe someday. Maybe someday. You want to know something weird? There's a guy here on this Crystal Lake website or
Oh,
Friday the
Melissa,
13th Fanatics or something. No, but his name is Crystal Lake Dave 72. Isn't that
ooh,
weird? And it's
and
not
it's not
me.
you? Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
sure?
And he says, happy to see that SJS is still alive. I love Melissa. Wish she could have acted more, though. She and fellow Friday the 13th actors Juliet Cummings, Robin A New Beginning, and Psycho 3, I'm going to add, co starred in the So Bad It's Good Click, The Calendar Girl Killer in 1989. Huh. Okay. I wouldn't have given a useless fact like that. That's not my style. Um, so Susan Jennifer Sullivan is alive, and it was on, what do you call it, on IMDb. This was talked about. Susan Jennifer Grace
Again,
Sullivan. Hold on.
whether it was a retro, I brought it up. I got raked under the coals. It was kind of like the plate in the head thing with Tom Savini and the actor from Texas Chainsaw
I
2. And then I found that article and I pasted it, and still we know Bill Moseley doesn't have a plate in his head, whether it be a paper plate or not. Uh,
no plate,
but
right?
the truth is in that fucking article, because because Tom Savini talks about an actor that had a metal plate in his head. So whether that be a
Oh,
stuntman or someone else that was or maybe initial cast before Bill Moseley came on board, I don't know. But and I posted that article. This is way back when I think we were in our first year of the podcast,
uh-huh.
2016,
What
like
a
early
time.
2016. That's when it came out. And um, I finally found that Fangoria article and we posted it to the page. And it's
So it
still on
was
that Facebook
Fangoria.
page. Yeah.
So I'll be getting to it eventually as I'm reading my Fangos. So that's good. I got to start getting back into reading them, and here for that matter. Sorry, Chris. Oh, speaking of Chris A. Gay, Scott, he invited me to talk about Grease 2
Oh,
on your
fuck
old
both.
podcast.
Yeah. I
And he
jokingly,
said,
yeah. He told you what I said?
wait, what did you say? He probably did, but I forgot.
Oh, I said I shouldn't have been on that show. I should have stepped down and had Mike, you, and Chris A.K. Scott talk about it, because you guys all three of you
Mm,
blow the movie. And I can't
gotcha.
stand it.
That's fair. Well, I couldn't listen to it because I didn't want to hear you say anything bad about it. And I wanted to listen to Revenge of the Nerds. And I will because I love it. But right now, I can't listen to anything because, as I told you, I've had a house guest and I'm not watching anything. I'm behind on everything. And I'm catching, well, Fish Tour has started. So they've played like 7 shows and I'm only listening to show 4 now. So clearly I'm behind. I got to be all caught up. And
That's no, don't,
so
and I don't take no offense
I'll
to it.
get to it.
We
I'll
had
get
some
to it.
technical difficulties because he was in the moving. So his mic sucks, but he finally kind of got the better mic up and running again. So, and then we had some internet issues. So Grease 2 and well, no, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and um, Revenge of the Nerds were the most affected. I managed to edit around most of it in Revenge of the Nerds. The downfall is it became our shortest show. And it's difficult for that to be our shortest show when it's one of my favorite comedies. But we
Right.
also talk about how that, a couple particular scenes haven't aged well in just modern, like essentially, like let's be honest, Lewis rapes a girl. Like you can't
Holy
like
fuck, dude. Um, Someone just said this as a joke. I was just watching something on TV. What could I have been watching? Maybe it was something that somebody said on YouTube. Somebody made a joke about fucking people saying that Revenge of the Nerds doesn't age well or something. It was like a line in a movie, but they were mocking people that say something like that. Oh,
well,
what are
well,
the odds that, I would see that and
Revenge
you
of the
would bring it
Nerds,
up?
because I saw something else that just
Oh,
came out with Revenge of the Nerds too, and I'm like, oh, this is hilarious. The movie itself is great. It's funny. The
oh
characters
yeah,
have
fuck
there's
yeah.
charm to it, and we know this. We love the movie, but you
Right.
can't. I mean, the reality is that that's it, and they try to sweep it under the rug with like. She loves sex so much and he fucked her so well. This is exactly what Mike said in I'm stealing his lines that they said, well, it's not rape because she enjoyed it. And well, that doesn't really fly. That argument doesn't really fly. But in the context of a 1984 teen comedy movie, I mean, it's not great. It exists. If you want to enjoy the movie, you got to let it go. If you can't let that go, don't watch the movie. You just won't enjoy it.
Well, let me say this. Let's flip the script. Let's say it happened to you. Okay, I'm going to say it happened to me. I was dating. It didn't happen. I wish it did. See, here's me. If it's so bad, why am I wishing it? Anyway, let's just say that it was me. And, the girl that I was dating or something wore a mask for this event. And maybe I was wearing a mask. And maybe
This
whatever.
event.
The same thing happened, but some girl had a thing for me, and then she went down on me, and she did things that my girlfriend at this point has never done. And let's say I'm still in high school, which is fine because my first girlfriend in high school, did that all the time, and she was great. But let's just
You wear a
say,
mask?
no, she didn't wear a mask. Well, how could she unless she cut a hole under the mask?
That's what I was
Anyway,
going to
there's
get
not
to that
enough
whole
room.
thing as well. Yeah,
There's not enough room to cut a hole. So anyway, maybe
yeah.
she had like a Darth Vader mask and just
You're
took that
that
bottom part
huge.
out.
He's that huge, everybody, that
No, no,
there's just
no.
no
I
there's
don't
just
mean.
no room to cut a hole.
Well, have you ever seen the holes in those kind of masks? I'm just saying.
There's no room.
You got to get a Darth Vader mask and cut out that grating part, that one part at the bottom there. That'd be perfect for it.
Well,
So
isn't
the
that funny
fact
that that's the type of mask because he has that.
that's why I thought of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? So let's just say this happened to me and I went on the moonwalk and I went in the freaking in the bounce house and this girl was there. I thought it was my girlfriend. She
Bounce
pushes
house.
me down, right? And then she lays me back and then she proceeds to give me the best freaking oral sex I've ever received. When I finished and she came up and it was some nerd, um and I had the same reaction that she had to him being a nerd. I got to tell you, I would do the same thing she did, and I would be a happier person for it. So
What if they
I'll
pulled
leave it
off the
at
mask and it was Chris A.K. Scott?
that. Well, even if I did enjoy it, that would still end the relationship. I would say, well, that was a good job, thank you, but I'm not gay, and we can't do it again. And then hopefully I
uh,
didn't call him.
and
Hopefully I
who
didn't.
who is he to invite you on my show?
I know that's the funny part.
It,
You're off the
no,
show. He
all
called. He
all
he
joking
invited
aside,
me.
I was the one that said it should have been. We should have had you and Dave and Chris on because Mike loved, and I don't talk horribly about it. I give it a fair shake. I was much softer because I actually don't like the movie, but I
Wow.
sugarcoated on the show because I didn't want to offend
Hmm.
Mike's choice. because he loves it so.
Well, if you didn't grow up watching it, you're not gonna like it. It's 100%. I mean, it's great still to me, but a lot of it it's nostalgia. It's something you grew up watching and you enjoyed it there, and you still enjoy it now because there's music in it and stuff, and it takes you back. It's just one of those things. It's just like, when I watched Monster Squad, it didn't do much for me. I didn't dislike it. I was just like, okay, that was a movie. I could understand why maybe people saw it growing up, they would, feel the way they do about it. That's fine. So it's kind of the same thing. But anyway, let me say this before I get lambasted or lambasted, as some people like to say.
Or lamb blasted.
Or I might get lamb blasted, blasted by a lamb. That should be a thing. See, that could have been in our movie. If we made that damn freaking Exploding Heads horror podcast movie and it was a hodgepodge, we could have invented a word called lamb blasted.
Are you kidding me now? I'm throwing on a hockey mask and I'm having my daughter follow me around the woods for 3 hours.
Okay.
That's
you can do that too.
I'm gonna do B-roll. It's gonna be called B-roll. It's gonna be everything that I wanted, everything I bitched about not being in that movie. I'm not gonna do it. I say I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do fucking shit. I'm gonna talk about doing it, but I'm not gonna do it.
I might do it. That's just the thing. I just might get around to it. But before I get lamb blasted, it's not rape if you enjoy it. That's
that's not going to help you.
Better.
That's not going to. That's what I just said. That's the excuse they used in the movie to get away with it.
Okay? Look at it this way: if it would have been really bad, then then you should file charges. You know what I mean? Like if it happened to me and it was really bad and I could barely get off, then I was raped. But if the job was great and she did a great job, or if it was exposed to be a he,
I don't think you're going to win.
I wouldn't. I'm not trying to win it. I'm saying okay. I would not take them to court. I would not tell people I was raped, but I would tell them I was raped if it was if it was no good. Because then you'd be pushing them off, or you'd want to be off. Of course, that's all a joke. But, but that's movies.
Well, that's it.
So I get it. It's a problem because he's supposed to be our guy. He got revenge on her by eating her out, among many things. You know what I mean? So you shouldn't do that, of course. And he's supposed to be our hero, or the guy but I guess they try to make her such a bitch that you don't care if she got raped. That's what it is at the time.
That's what they're doing. Just as we're pulling ourselves. Well, I know that's
what they're doing. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's the reason they wouldn't let him do it to an Omega Mu or something like that. Like he wouldn't do it to someone that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of it. Talking about
what if it was Lamar?
Yeah, Lamar Luttrell. That could happen. What if Lamar went down on a Wormser? Then would that be pedophilia? Because Wormser is underage. What if Wormser gave head to Betty Childs? Then it's raped by a minor.
Then Then we have a lot of problems in a movie.
They should have a remake. They should do it now and just have it balls against the wall. Do all kinds of crazy shit and try to get offended. Try to pull an Eminem and want to get canceled.
It was one of those ones. It's the weirdest series when you think of what happened with the series. It started with a raunchy R-rated movie. The sequel became a PG-13 kind of sex comedy romp with none of the raunchiness of the first one. And then there was 2 TV movies.
Yeah.
Which she came back for or whatever. And it was,
I enjoyed them all.
TV movies, and they're fun, but it just is weird. It's not.
It is weird.
It's such a bizarre history. Now, was there a short-lived TV show that didn't really take off, or am I wrong when thinking that?
Man, I don't think there was a TV show. I don't even think there was a cartoon. Back then, everybody had cartoons.
Do you remember? Let's try to bring it back to horror. The Rambo had a cartoon. Do you remember Godzilla, the cartoon? I swear his leg opened up and there's a
Vaguely.
little kid that came out of it. I'm dead
I
serious.
hope so. If so,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch this show.
Godzilla the cartoon. Everybody YouTube it and try to find it. And if a little kid comes out of his leg, I'm almost positive. It
Hmm.
sounds so weird to say in a sentence, but
Oh,
I'm
he does it.
yeah. I'm
Wow. Oh
positive.
wait, Melissa. I gotta take it back to Melissa. So Susan Jennifer Grace Sullivan is known for okay, this and this. She is a cancer survivor and still lives in California. In 2012, the Crystal Lake Memories documentary mistakenly reported about her passing by confusing her with a woman of a similar name. So
Melissa.
that's the best thing. Melissa, yeah.
I love my own jokes. If it hasn't been evident for the last 244 shows.
Oh, this is it, buddy. This is what happened. See, from the Boston Herald, Susan J. Sullivan, formerly of West Roxbury, August 10, 2009, age 4,000, yeah, 2009, aged 46, beloved wife of this person, blah, blah, blah. So this person passed away, Susan J. Sullivan, in West Roxbury in 2009. So that's the thing. She had cancer. Apparently, this person had cancer. Isn't that something? Now, was she that age in 2009? Is the question. Was she 46 in 2009? She was born in 1962.
You know what? You know what's even
So, no.
weirder? I think a lot of people express their sorrow at hearing of her passing. I guess that's normal if you hear about it, but you didn't keep up with them or whatever. But it almost seems a little fake because he just went on and
Well,
expressed all this sorrow and she's alive and well.
at least she got to hear people say things about her. I wish that would happen to me. I wish I was presumed dead. And then if anybody had anything good to say about me,
Well, your
I would
birthday's
hear
coming up.
about it.
When you blow out those candles, you could wish it's a. I
I'm
wish
gonna
I
wish
was
that
presumed
happens.
dead.
How great would that be, though?
Every episode, there's some humdinger. I wish I was presumed dead.
How great would that be? You could actually, you know what that would do for me? If I was,
Oh,
well, depending on how it came out, if I
shit.
was presumed dead and I was able to see what people said about me, one of two things could happen. But I would still be okay because I would at least know the way I was really perceived. So if I passed away and a lot of people said good things about me, maybe a few people surprised me. I'm like, man, I never knew you felt that way about me. What a nice thing to say, or that I did that for you, or whatever. I had that effect on you. If I heard that from different people, then the rest of my life would be a breeze
Well,
because
what
I
if it
would
went
no
the other
longer.
way?
Well, that's the problem. Then well, hold on. The good thing that could come out of that is if everybody talks shit about me, I would just say, well, fuck everybody. Then I'm not going to give a shit how I behave. If people are going to remember me as a shitball anyway, I'll show you a
A,
shitball.
sh-
I won't
a,
care.
sh- a shit ball.
you know. But if people said nice things
Oh,
about me, I'd be like, well, I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm just going to continue to live the way I live. And when I die, I know people will look back and say his life wasn't a waste, or he did some things that are okay. He's not a bad cat. That would be nice. See, being presumed dead, boy, that should be a fucking. It's probably illegal though. I say that should be an app. Well, we should go into business and get people to presume dead
presumed
to see
dead.
what happens. That should be a dark web thing. That's what the dark web should be. You'd be able to hire people for something like that.
I'm sure you
You know?
can. I'm sure you can hire people to do a lot of things. I just want to clarify that if you are really going to be on the hunt for that Godzilla cartoon, I believe it's the one from 1978, but I still can't confirm if a kid comes out of his freaking leg or not.
Well, I'll watch it if I can get it. I wonder if it's on Emby.
Maybe it's
Godzilla,
not
because
this one. This looks too cute. No, there's the
oh, gee.
Godzilla.
There's lots
There's
of
no
crazy
way.
cartoons
Yeah,
from back in
I
the
don't know
day.
what I was thinking, but
Speaking of Godzilla and Fangoria, because you know who was on the first episode. Here we go. Same thing I always do. The first issue of Fangoria, right? I got a story here. Godzilla. Godzilla was on the first episode, and you know everything that happened with me and Fango over the years. And now something happened when I was able to get a really big score and get these almost pristine versions of all these Fangorias and sell off the other ones that I got, that I collected through different people. I was able to make money that way and get better versions. But one bad thing happened. The person that sold me all of them, 1 to 156, every one of them was pristine, except, and I didn't know this until after I sold my other ones. Then he told me, he goes, I said something, he said, issue 1, there is some fraying on the cover because of the way it was all stored. It's the first one. So I'm like, son of a bitch. And by then I had already agreed to sell the other ones, and I showed him a picture of it. So I can't go back and be a weasel now. I got to take it. So all this time I keep thinking to myself, man, oh man, oh man, if I ever see one, the first one I got a ridiculously low price for like $20 or $25. You can never get that now. So I got that from somebody on Facebook Marketplace, and that was the one that I sold to the guy that I sold them to. But then I decided to go back and get all the other ones because his was in such better shape, and I was only paying $3 a pop, and I could sell the other ones for double that. So I'm like, okay, this is the smart thing to do. I'll get the best versions and I'll make money, which is what I did. But then this Fangoria comes in there, and I'm like, oh man, I got to get another one someday, because I want them to be in as pristine condition as they can be. So I'm always looking, and they're always expensive, and they kept going up $100. They were starting like $80 in most cases. You know what I mean? You just can't get them. So finally I saw something going on with eBay out of nowhere. I decided to look, and I saw someone selling a pretty good one for $55. So I bought it. So
you've got episode 1 pristine. So because of that, I think we'll start there again, and we'll just go through the mail for Chris, aka Scott. We'll start at pristine version, issue 1, Fangoria.
Well, I'll do all these Fangoria
segment.
I'm going to go grab them just so I could show them to you. So you say what you got to say. But I'll tell you what.
Well, I'm just going to say that I think I'm crazy. You go grab it. I'll just say I'm crazy. I can't find, nor would I as I was saying it, I don't understand. So I thought maybe it was a Godzilla toy that I was thinking of. But for some stupid reason, I have it in my mind. It's floating around there that there's this toy, and it's almost like he had a machine leg that a door would open up, and this little kid would be able to come out of it. Yeah, it sounds stupid, but you remember those cartoons from the late 70s and early 80s. They really didn't make much sense. And most of them can be found on YouTube. So if anybody knows what I'm talking about, or just wants to, tell me that I am crazy, I'm here to listen to it on Patreon or on Facebook, or wherever it may be. But ultimately, we are going to be talking about some movies. Like I said earlier when we opened the show, that both Dave and I haven't watched many since the last episode. I haven't even been able to get out. David's seen A Quiet Place day 1, but I haven't been able to see it. I was so mad because I love the first two. Love the first two.
This too.
I heard it does not disappoint. I heard it's great.
I quite enjoyed it. At this point, I never watched the second one a second time yet.
Oh, wow.
All right. I know.
That was my favorite of the year.
I know you loved it. I know I didn't get that reaction. I gave it like a 7.5. I enjoyed it. I was fine with it, but it felt like same old as the first. And I can't tell you what my issue was, except I think there was a lot more dialogue and there was just too many people involved, where I liked the more intimate feel I had in part 1. There was something about 2, but again, the second view is what it's all about. I might have a completely different reaction. But this one, I was going to say this is my second favorite of the 3 at this point. So I quite enjoyed it, and there's many reasons why, and I won't get into it now, but we will. Fangoria. So look at this now. This was the original one. See, it's too bad you can't even see Godzilla's face.
Oh yeah, but I didn't realize it was that shot.
But the inside is
it's good. Yeah.
Sadly, it is, but I have it. But this is the one I ordered and got. I mean, look at that.
Beautiful.
Looks
Yeah, it
beautiful,
looks
and
pristine. Looks
other ones. I
amazing.
mean, some people are selling these things for $200. You know what I mean? I got this thing for 55, and let me tell you, look at this. I think this you can hear the
Ooh.
noise and know
Don't
that
even
it's
bend.
in
Just
good
start
shape.
bending. He's bending it and everything. It's making me
Well, I
wee
was just
cry
bending
over
the.
here.
Well, look at that, man. It's
Rip.
beautiful. So now, so now I'm set. I own two
Beautiful. Put that
shoe
in
ones of
carefully.
Fango. I'm in rare air now.
It's making me nervous, everybody.
I know. Let me put it back. It's never going to be opened again. I'm going to close it up. If I want to read one, I'll read the other one. See?
You know what I do
So
with
there
all
you
my
have it.
collectibles? I
Works
make
out.
sure I light a cigarette and blow smoke all over them, and I pet hair, and I just rub everything with pet hair. And in the ad, I put from a smoke and pet free environment
Awesome. Awesome. Wonderful.
because I'm an
So I
asshole.
ordered, you are, I ordered a couple hundred of those magazine covers too. So I'm going to individually wrap each one of my pristines that are there now in their own cover. I'm going to be real make sure because I'm on a mission to keep everything great. But I initially bought them because I got this one and I wanted to hang it up. Speaking of, did you know about this? I mean, you probably did, but how about that, huh?
I did not know about that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's the new cover. They call it Fango now.
No, only for
Oh,
this issue. It's a throwback to that time period for Maxine. You get it? It's the freaking. It's the way that it's made to look like something from
yeah.
late 70s or 80s. You know what I mean?
That's really cool. That looks
Yeah,
nice.
man. So I love it, and you're never gonna. I mean, I haven't seen Mia on the cover of a magazine in a long time. She used to do modeling as a cover, but on horror, I'm like, this is Fango. So I had to get this, man. It was $20, and I'm never even gonna open it up. I'm just gonna display it next to my Pearl potion. Man.
That's a cool magazine.
Yeah,
It probably cost me like $30. What's the Canadian price?
probably.
Does it show you on there? Sometimes
No, it doesn't. It says 1979 right here. That's all it says.
wasn't that
Whatever it
the
is, it's
yeah,
way
that
too
was
much.
yeah, that would be probably 24.99 or 29.99 here then.
Do
Fucking
they still
pricks.
have letters? I wonder if they still have letters like the old days. I don't know.
I'm sure they do. They probably got emails that they just transcribe. But well, let's get into a few of these movies. We don't have a lot of them, but why don't we talk about a few of them?
Yeah,
But
what
those
the
that
hell do
magazine was
we?
awesome, man. Well, I
Right?
went. I pretty much said everything but the title and the final review of that other one, so I might as well just let the cat out of the bag. This is. I haven't even watched the whole movie yet, but trust me, I can confidently tell you that this is probably the worst slasher movie I've watched for the show, and I will finish it because I want to make sure that I don't get called out. But I don't want to finish it. But it's called Garden Tool Massacre. Uh, and like I said earlier, like the cover looks cheesy, but you could, and then there's another visual, guys, but it's passable. They try to give it
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
old school look. And to your point, Dave, about talking about new school, this is not so new anymore because it is 97. If according to IMDb, if you look at, like I said, if you look at Tubi, it says 2020, but 97 seems definitely more accurate, and I'm going to trust IMDb more so. But it also has the old school title. Remember, you're talking about old school slashers from the 80s and that title card?
Yeah.
Well, okay, they did that. And that's probably where the
Nice.
pluses end. That's the cover there, and that would be where the plus ends. The movie itself, absolutely no talent whatsoever. There's no cinematography, cinnamon or cinema. There is no real script. There's no acting. Oh, there's a script, but it's not a good one. There's the acting's abysmal. The camera work's abysmal. The editing is just pedestrian. It's there to transition scenes, but it's not good. There's really
Oh,
no sense of like any care put into the production. I really, truthfully, like it feels like such disdain. Like it just I feel like we're just watching someone's weekend project home movie and they decided, what the fuck? Let's throw it on a Tubi. Why not? Let's get it out there.
What?
This
I-
truly should be a zero. As much as I shit on Spookies and some of the other ones, this truly should be a zero. It's the worst one I've watched for the show, no question. And I've watched another bad one that I'm going to be talking about later too. So I have again,
Nice.
it's only it says it's 70 minutes, 70. The running time looks like it's more like 65 or 66 minutes,
Right.
and I'm 35 minutes in. So I feel like I'm
Wow.
justified in telling you that my thoughts and feelings on it, even though I'm just pretty much over halfway point.
Well, I'm going to tell you something about this movie. It's supposed to be an hour and 10 minutes is the running time. Now, if you look at the trivia on IMDb, this is what it says. Production began in 1997 with approximately 20 minutes of footage being completed at high 8. Another 45 minutes of scenes were shot later in the summer of 1998 on VHS, bringing the running time up to 60 minutes. Several short films were also edited into the movie, approximately 5 minutes,
That's
that were
yeah.
made in between the 97 and 98 shoot. These were also shot on VHS to bring the movie up to feature running time.
Yeah.
So
Well,
there
that
you
makes
go.
sense. High
Piece
eight was
together.
high eight was like like even worse. Well, it was a better version than 8 millimeter, not 8 millimeter film, 8 millimeter tape. And high eight was like the better quality of it. Ooh, that looks pristine too and beautiful as well. Dave showed me the Shining Fango. But my God. It's on Tubi for anybody that dares to watch it. This does have the honor of probably being my least favorite watch for the slasher film, slasher Year of the Slasher 2, and probably the worst one I've watched. And like I've got another contender
Amazing.
coming up soon.
Really? Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait. Now, do I have anything even bad? Let's see here. What have I talked about on the last show? Um, let's go back to see what I have talked about. When I have the Slayer body count, I talked about that, right? House Trap, aka whatever that was. I watched The Dentist again. I told you that or no?
Again, no, you told me you told me you watched it. I thought you meant again, as in
Oh,
like
no,
you've
no,
watched
no.
it twice. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. But I will say this, I definitely came down a little on it. See, the first time I saw it, I was kind of surprised at what it was based on how ridiculous I thought it was going to be. And then the kind of movie it kind of had a serious tone, the way it starts and the wife and all that, and then what it led. And I enjoyed it. And it seems like now that I've seen it like 3 or 4 times, it's the way I felt when I first saw it. It isn't quite there anymore. Like I used to have it at a 7.5. No, I came down a little. It's more like it's like a 7 now. You know what I mean? I enjoy it.
I
I
still have
just
to watch both of them. They're both on my list. But I'm getting scared, man, because we just announced 245. We're 5 episodes away. It is August in a couple of days,
I'm in
and we
trouble.
know we're a month and a half away. That's why I said we might have to push if depending on how this lines up. Like, well, let's just do the quick math here. Let's do the Brandon math. 46, 47, 48 would be August. 49, 50 September. We're only going to do 2 episodes in September, folks. I'm telling you that right now. And episode 250 will be at the end of September. So that
So
249 will be at the beginning. And then you're going to have to wait a little bit, and 250 will be at the end. And that's for 2 reasons. It's going to be a fucking epic show. So it's going to be like 2 shows worth anyway. And we're going to have more
yeah.
time to watch more slashers to get the last
Well,
few watches in. That makes sense to
because
everybody?
right now, dude, I have like 67 more movies on my list because I
Oh,
keep adding them.
I know.
Okay.
It's fucking nutsy.
But I want it to be done right. So here's the deal. We could do it right at 250 and right that time and quick and everything else, and I won't have got to watch everything. Right now I forgot, I'll go back to that in a minute. But the bottom line is if I have 67, 68 more movies, And there's less than 60 days, right? Because 5 episodes,
No,
right? One,
no,
two, three.
no. I just told you what it would be. It would be at the end of September. So we've got all of our. Well, it is less than 60 days. You're absolutely correct. It's less than 60 days. So there's going to be some compromises because we we can't drag it out too long. 250 is 250. I
No,
think the
you're right.
so it will just be the last week of September. Um, and that's when that episode will air and come out the last week of September. And so that gives us essentially 6 weeks, six
Okay.
six plus
Well,
weeks, just a little bit over because it's just the end of July, but right at the end of July. So 6 plus weeks.
because of our last discussions, okay, these are some of the movies I've added. First Power, because we talked about it many times, maybe
Cut
being
it.
a slasher.
Cut it.
Cut it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. First Power is cut. One movie down.
It's a
Okay.
decent enough movie. It's not a slasher.
Okay. American Gothic, I added on there. The
I
Ranger, I
know,
added
I
on there.
know. American Gothic can be that crossover thing because again, it's standalone, but it almost seems more Texas Chainsaw or something. You know what I mean? Where it's like the killer family, the family that slays together, stays together. Remember, it's like the multiple. Like we
Hmm.
reviewed it for the show. I think when we did one of those Power Years, I think either
Well,
Christine or Derek recommended 1990. Is it 1980, 98 or 1987? Can't
for
remember
what?
for that
For
year.
what?
American Gothic.
Oh, I think it's 88. I could be wrong, though.
Yeah. No, I
I could
think
be
that we did
wrong.
that show. I think that's what the show was that we did it for.
So, American, but hold on now. If we don't count American Gothic, how do you count X? How is it different? Don't the husband and the wife do killing? Doesn't Pearl and Howard each do a
Yeah.
kill in
No,
X?
I mean, I wouldn't say disqualify. I guess we have to put it. We got to put it in.
Okay, so let me continue. The Ranger, Wolf Creek 1 and 2. We talked about that. Blood
Yeah.
Harvest. I put that back in there.
Well, cut it out if you want. Just cut it out from the. It is a slasher, but cut it out just for time's sake. I'll save you one because
If
I don't even
need
think
be,
you'll
I'll
like it.
know.
Yeah.
Right. Hush, I put on there because we talked about it last time.
Oh, I
The
started watching
Collector.
that again. I forgot to
Uh-huh.
add that one because I started watching that again, but I didn't finish it. And again, yeah, it's a toss up too. It can be a toss up too.
Well, the Hush, the Collector, the Collection. Okay. Put them on there based on discussions because we're trying to not leave things stones unturned. Okay. Too Scared to Scream was one I added. The Last Horror Film, Island of Blood, Double Exposure, Anguish, Fatal Pulse, Freeway Maniac,
Well, Fatal Pulse is
and
horrible. That was my one of my least favorite from last time. So if you want to take one off that it's a stinkeroo, Fatal Pulse, Shadows Run Black, Terror 10 Killer. These were all like the bottom of the fucking barrel
yeah.
until I watched
Why'd I?
fucking Garden.
Oh, by the way, I gave that movie a 5 that you said I really shit all over, but I didn't. Um, the one that you liked, the Final Terror, I gave it a 5 when I watched it. I didn't really.
Okay. Yeah.
It wasn't a 3. In
Did
my
I say you
memory, it was
shit
one of
on
the
it?
worst. Yeah, my memory was one of the worst. So, but then again, I'm trying to remember when I watched that year and how many movies were below a 5. I don't know. So maybe that's where my memory was. It's not as bad as Doom Asylum or The Prey.
Whew.
But anyway, so maybe Fatal Pulse I'll take off, but I put it there for a reason. I'll have to look into it and feel why. Did I read reviews? Did I talk to someone? There must be a reason. Freeway Maniac, and the last one is Killer with an exclamation point. Those are the ones that are added. And so right now, let's just say 65, whatever. Got to watch them. I have to get to them. How are we going to do it? We'll do the best we can, I guess.
Well, I'm
I don't
definitely
know.
going to
So,
go through my list with a fine tooth comb. We had someone add another one to in Patreon. It was a British one, but because it's kind of looks like it could be fringy, I might not include it because I just don't think I have time to start adding new ones into the mix. Although the preview didn't make it look high production value, but the reviews seem to be great for the movie. It's in a Patreon. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Uh, Let's see if I can bring it up
Hmm.
on the app where we're chatting. Um, was it Rumple? I don't think it was Rumple.
Man, I really, really hope, and it's probably never gonna happen,
It
but I
was Rumple.
really hope. What do you say?
Just occurred to me now, but if films like Maniac could be considered a slasher, would Dead Man's Shoes be? It's an excellent British
Oh,
horror film. If you guys haven't seen it, it's well worth a watch and might fit into your slasher list. So then I watched it when I
uh-oh.
watched the preview, it didn't scream slasher necessarily, but I could possibly see how it could fit in. But maybe I just pretend I didn't read that, even though I responded to him and I'm talking about it on the show right now. But we don't need to add any more. Let's be honest. Now
I'm
is the
gonna
time to
probably
cut
watch
it.
it though. See, because I'm sick. I don't want to
I'm
leave
sick.
stones unturned.
I'm sick, damn it.
Telling
I'm
you.
sick.
I am. I'm obsessed about it. I don't want to leave stones unturned. I really want to have what I'm hoping is going to happen is this. I'm going to get lucky. I'm going to watch everything, and I'm going to have exactly 50 movies that are 7.5 and higher. Because right now, I detailed it last show that if I get like another, I forgot, like 16 movies out of 60 that are 7.5 or higher, then guess what? Then they're all going to be 7.5. So maybe I won't have to do any rewatches. See, because that's going to be a problem. If I have tiebreakers, I'm going to want to do rewatches. And what's going to
You
be
are
number
sick.
one
You're
and two
sick.
and three and four and five? That's important numbers, man. I want to. I don't. If you ask me right now, what's my number one? I don't know. I don't
See,
know. I got
I
to.
told
And
you I
I.
already had my list. I came up
I
with
can't look.
well, I just took my old list, took all the
Well,
major
yeah,
franchises. Because like we said,
sure.
guys, there are ones that have remakes and or sequels that just can't be anything over three.
Like
Three
Slumber
was the
Party
final. Slumber Party can't exist because it has
can't
three.
exist.
It has three and then a remake.
Yeah, the remake did it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it
Sorority
was.
House can be in. I,
Okay,
I can't imagine it being in, but it could be in
no,
for
it
those
won't be for me.
that want it. 90
What
Nightmares
did
in
I
there too, like I
talk?
said.
What I forgot what I talked about. Did I talk about Cold Prey last time, or did I talk
No,
about
no,
Sorority
no. I
Row?
think you listed it, but then I picked your last couple of ones that you
Hmm.
were to do because we were running out of time. So you cold plate. Oh my God, we did this when we were reviewing the
All
movies.
the time.
Cold Prey, you mentioned, but you didn't talk about it.
Oh, there you go. So I watched Cold Prey, 2006 from Norway. You know what it is about this movie? And you don't say this a lot with modern movies,
It's
modern
foreign.
slasher movies, I should say. Well, besides the fact it's foreign, un, you know, contrary to popular belief, being foreign doesn't make it better. Because
Yeah,
there have been times I've watched American movies and then said after the movie ended, I will tell you this, and I would give it like a decent score. If this movie came from another country with the same exact story, people will be blowing it. And I really do believe that there is a bias that people don't even think about when it comes to certain, I don't know, like even some movies that are at the theater that you see that people are like, like Exorcist Believer or something, or some people just like shit on all they do. I bet you if you took the same script and had the same beats and everything else and like made it in the 70s and made
and it
it
was in
foreign.
Spanish, or it got released on
Right,
Shudder in
that's what I'm
Spanish.
saying. It just seems like those movies to me just get like automatic passes from people. It happens, and maybe I've done it too. I'm not saying I'm immune to anything. It's just something I've observed along the years. So anyway, the thing I was gonna say about Cold Prey is really, and you don't see it much in modern slashers. Not that this is modern, but it's still 21st century. It's it's the atmosphere. It's the because it really isn't. Everyone seems to really enjoy this movie, and it's got a great location and a great setup for a slasher. That's what it had. The simple things like that people miss with modern slashers sometimes, where they don't have the backstory and the mythology of the killer. They rush it. This way, it's done right. You hear more, and you get little layers exposed as the movie goes on as to what's going on here. I like that, but it's like the killers aren't. Pardon me. the kills themselves aren't like anything to write home about. You know what I mean? They're fine. They're good. There's a couple good, and the effects are fine. The thing is, the shots of the landscape, it looks cold. You can almost feel the cold watching, even when they're inside. The kids are fine, everything else, but there's some good shots and there's some, you know, cool things going on. The great appearance of the killer. You love the final girl. Actually, both girls are real easy to like. They're both pretty girls. They both have good personalities. There was, it's just one of these movies that it's very atmospheric to me. It just has a feel to it, which adds to it. So I'll leave it at that. It's still and the real sad revelation at the end kind of gets me, and the body dumping and all that stuff. And I don't know, you feel bad about the killer and what happened. But there's good stuff going on. There's a killer rising in the background stuff. They discover the hideout. There's a well-played fake out with things going on. There were things done well. I'll just leave it at that. But for me, it's it's a half head explosion.
Well,
So,
I remember
I
remember
dig
liking
it.
this one, and I think I actually was the only one that liked part two more. Everybody liked part two when we reviewed it, but I think I liked it more than part one. So I'm interested in going back to see visiting part one and two again. Part
Yeah.
three, I remember we all watched, and we weren't down on it, but it was the weakest of the three for sure,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
It was. I
But one,
actually looked. I
yeah.
think I rated them the same, the first two, when I watched them. So maybe the second one's gonna weasel its way into. I haven't got to it yet. I have three on the list because I feel like I should revisit it since I've only seen it once. I think it's only fair. So
Well, you're
I
being the
will.
completist. I'm cutting out ones that I'm just figuring. It's so stupid. I'm cutting out Cold Prey 3, yet I'm watching fucking Garden Tool Massacre.
That's what I don't understand. See, but
Why do I do this to myself?
yeah,
Why
I
do I
don't
slap
know.
myself with a
Just
dead
ask
fish
me.
over and
Just
over
ask
again?
me.
No, but
Ask
I
me.
do
Should I
ask
watch this? Seriously, when you saw Garden Play Massacre, whatever the hell it's
Well,
called,
you saw
Garden
the cover
Play.
too. You could admit, but then I put it on. I'm
Well,
like,
his
what was I
face looked
doing?
pretty bad. His face looked pretty bad. The rest of it didn't look too bad, but his face had bad horror movie cover look. The animation on his face and the fact that it's 3.1 on the B,
Huh.
that's tough, man. I would have said you're probably safe to skip it. That's all I'm
Well,
saying.
this one was brought up. I didn't even know about this movie. I didn't know this one existed. It was brought up in the 22 shots chat. Moods brought it up. He owns it. He reviewed it years ago. And I just decided to Google. I found out it was on YouTube. The full features on YouTube, and it's that Mad Mutilator,
It's on my list.
Ogroff,
Yeah.
the Mad Mutilator. Dave, you won't last 5 minutes. I'm telling you, you won't. I took the bullet first, both. You
Yeah.
will not last.
Excuse
I
me.
watched the whole fucking thing. Here's the thing.
I'll take it off
I
then.
couldn't believe it was from 1983. So this is like, at the beginning of like, this is not something that was made in the last 5 years, 10 years. Like, this is at the fucking beginning. So I give it credit for that. I give it credit for the fact that it was shot on film. Because shot on film, although there were exposure issues for some of the night stuff, you have to get your exposure right. And although we're not talking about great cinematography, because it's god awful. The movie's terrible. I'll just tell you that right now. It's terrible. It was made with some sort of glee. You could tell that there was some glee, even though it's so fucking shoddily made and done. Editing's bad. It does look like someone's home movies, but shot on film. Somehow it's not great. Anybody that watches it is gonna fucking be the only way Moods suggest to watch it is the only way I would agree that you'd watch it. It's on the background, you're having a party, you're having a few beers, and you just look at the screen and you start laughing at it. Because there's very little dialogue, like at all, because it was all shot with a noisy 8mm camera. So they just took the soundtrack out, recreated it, and whatnot. So it's a horrible soundtrack. But it's just so many deaths, so much killing. It's just not done well at all. Second worst movie on the list. I give it a notch above um, the Garden Tool Massacre, because Garden Tool Massacre, just like anybody could just grab a camera and shoot, and that's what that looks like. This one looked like there was a little bit more care put into it, albeit not much more, because it's like I said, still shoddily made, but there was enough for me to say at least there was something of some bit of like talent is not the word I'm looking for, but something because exposure needed to be done. There was gore, but it was so cheaply done as well. Bad acting, bad editing, bad cinematography, bad mask, but it's so gleefully stupid that I don't know. I give it a notch above. But we're talking about like no stars versus like half a star. You know what I mean?
Oof.
Like
Well,
it's these are the bottom of the barrels, but
well,
I'm trying to separate the fucking terribleness of both films. And that's I'll give it the
okay.
1983 and the fact shot on film and the fact that it goes in from a slasher movie to like a zombie movie by midpoint. It's and then ends with a vampire. It's fucking bonkers.
Okay. I now have 64 movies. I took it off. I took it off. I'm trusting it. If even Moods can't watch it, as a
Well,
sit down movie, there's
he
no
gives it
hope for
5 out of 10, and that's Moods. But he
Yeah,
says
true.
but his review is a little bit more favorable because he says like, yeah, if
Right.
you're a fan, like as he warns you, if you're not a fan of these low budget movies or whatever, it's a notch above shot on video, but barely, barely.
Okay. I'm going to trust you. I'm taking that off. Fatal Pulse. You're not going to see Fatal Pulse is in the same ballpark as Man Mutilator, are you?
Well, Phil Pulse
Let
was one
me.
of my lowest rated. It's like a three. It was like a 3 out of
Oh my
10.
God. So this is what I did. These are first time watches and or movies that I've given a 6 or higher. Like my 5.5 and lower, I was not rewatching them if I watched them for the first time for Year of the Slasher. I wasn't going to do it again. No movie is going to jump from below a 5. It's not going to jump 3 points. It's not, it's just not going. No, it would never happen. No
Dave,
movie's ever done that.
look at
So
that cover for Fatal Pulse.
it's very 70s, 80s. What year was it made?
88.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that cover. That looks like a regular old movie. It's not the greatest. It's not the coolest, but
3.5
it looks like
out of 10.
yeah, 3.5, huh? Okay, I'll probably do more research and I'll knock it off. But I put it on there for a reason. I can't remember why. I got to go back and look. Either way, you know what I probably did? I probably just have the title. And I went on this website just in case I'm missing everything. I went through 81, 82, 83. I went through everything in the 80s and then some more just to make sure there wasn't more things I was missing out on. So I got to add that movie to the list that Rumpel told us, though. So I'm right
Well,
back up.
if you want to
Dead
watch
Man
movies
Walking.
that one, Shadows Run Black, like it literally, it's just girls get naked and then there's murder. I mean, it's
What movie?
like Shadows Run Black, Fatal Pulse, like that's all they are. It's
Then I'll
but they're
take
not
Fatal
good.
Pulse off. Matter of fact, let's do this for fun. I'm going to tell you what's on my list. I have heavy hitters. Remember what I told you?
You
Actually,
can't just
I'm
go
just going
by
to go.
me, but I Fatal Pulse, I
No,
was
I'm
going to
not
rewatch
going.
because I rewatched Shadows Run Black, and I watched Terror 10 Killer again. Like I said, I torture myself, even though I know people do like Terror 10 Killer. Again,
I watched
it's
it.
uh,
Right.
yeah. Oh fuck.
No, I didn't rate it high. I can promise you that. No, maybe I gave it a 6, maybe even
Whew.
more. I don't know. Not much, but I have to look it up. See, right now I have 64 movies on it. See, hold on now. Not anymore. Now I believe because of one of the other movies I'm going to talk about, I think I could add it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that now I'm even higher. Oh, yes, I am, buddy. Okay, so check this out. I got to change my note. I now have 65 movies with over a 7 or higher. And if I watch 17 more movies and rate them higher than a 7, so a 7.5, if I only watch if 17 more movies out of the 60 have a 7.5 or higher, my list is made. And let me tell you, listen to what I still have to watch. And again, I decide just by my randomizer. So I'm going to run this down and tell me if you think there's 17 movies that are 7.5 or higher, just based on your opinion. Okay.
Okay.
Malevolence 3. All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. Terror Train. Burton's. Just Before Dawn. Cutting Class. Rites of Spring, Slaughterhouse, Frat House Massacre, Popcorn, Maniac 2012, Town That Dreaded Sundown, Hellfest, Stage Fright 2014, Girl House, Lost After Dark, Last Girl Standing, The Fun House, Redwood Massacre, My Psycho Sweet 16 Parts 2 and 3, Seven Sal Bad, Deep in the Woods, Nobody Sleeps in the Woods Tonight, House on Sorority Row, Behind the Mask, Cheerleader Camp, Maniac 1980, My Bloody Valentine, Don't Open Till Christmas, Ghost Keeper, Gutterballs, Mortuary, Strange Behavior, The Boogeyman, Makahal, Cut, Amsterdam, The Burning Moon, Carved, The Last Matinee, Club Dread, See No Evil, Cold Prey 2 and 3, Night School, Hellbent, Evil Dead Trap 2, and the other ones I said earlier: American Gothic, The Ranger, 2 Wolf Creeks, Blood Harvest, Hush, 2 Collectors, Too Scared to Scream, Last Horror Film, Island of Blood, Double Exposure, Anguish, Freeway Maniac, Killer.
Well, you went pretty fast, but I 5, 10, 15,
Oh.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40 at the very least.
You think 40 out of 65? I'm going to give a 7.5 or higher.
Oh, seven. You know what? Shit. I was using 7 as the benchmark. I
Okay, that's okay
apologize.
though.
7 is
Well, then let's cut it in
7.
half. Let's cut it in half then. You say there's 47s or higher? That could easily mean that 20 of those 40 are going to be 7.5.
But some of those I didn't see. So it's not 100% fair for me to. I was judging on the ones that I saw, and
Right.
so that the ones I didn't see, there could have easily been 10 at the very least. So there's 50 right there,
I really
or
hope
whatever it was.
40, you said. I just really hope that 7s don't make the list and it's 7.5 or higher, because I'll be so happy with this list. And there's so many 7s that I can't decide which one I like more than the other. That I would love to have a second part to that show where we just talk about 7s that didn't make it. If your list is going to be similar,
Well,
I don't know.
I got to make my list as simple as possible for me, because we could go
Mhm.
crazy like we always do. It will come down to, I've already got the preliminary list made. I'm going to watch some if they could be put in and then they can rearrange, but I'm going to go and say, I will watch this over and over. I've been watching this over and over again. So that's the reason it's there. Or I will watch this over and over again, or I'll continue to watch this over and over again. That's the credentials. If it was great, I liked it, but I really don't have an interest in seeing it, I might keep it as an but if I rate it, depends on where I
Honorable
rate it.
mention.
But
Right.
it might be an
Right.
honorable mention then.
Sure.
So that's kind of the loose credentials. But you said you had another couple to talk about?
Oh, sure. But do you or no?
Yeah, I have one more after my
Oh, okay. Well, let me see what I know that I did say um something about, what was that one? Oh, Sorority Row. Yes, Sorority Row.
yeah, you didn't
I haven't.
yeah, you didn't
What'd I
talk
say?
about it though. No, you just
Yeah,
mentioned you
that was
watched
the
it, but
one.
yeah, that was it.
Um, yeah, Sorority Row. Let's see. Yeah, I actually have two more. Okay. So Sorority Row, yeah, from 2009. I haven't seen it in quite a while. Matter of fact, the first time I saw it was I bought it for like $1 when Blockbuster was closing. And I got that and I watched it. I'm going to say it's like 2012-ish was the first time I saw it. And I remember my takeaway was, movie was fine, better than I thought it was going to be, actually, because I'm still thinking about 90s slashers, even in 2009. Just based on the way it looked, it just seemed like a 90s slasher type of movie to me. I was like, and another remake. I'm like, okay. But I remember my first takeaways that I liked it more than I thought. And I liked the killer's weapon, but I thought the killer's reason for doing the killing was stupid. That was my first takeaway. So, have you seen this recently?
I haven't rewatched it. It's on the list to rewatch, but I've seen it twice, and I actually don't mind it either. I again don't mind it.
Right.
I don't. And the original one, if you remember correctly, I was never high on back in the day. I liked it, but I was kind of like just middling. You know what? It's come up. I love it. I own it. I love it now. But if you remember when we reviewed it on the show, I think I hovered more at like a 6, 6.5. And I
Fine.
just one of those ones that has grown on me over time.
No, I'm fine with that. You know what I liked about it is at the beginning, you have a bad prank, a prank gone wrong, and a secret. And I love that old school stuff. That's why I love the beginning of I Know What You Did Last Summer. It had like an old school flavor to it, like the old prank movies. Actually, I think it was like our first episode we did. We talked about movies and prank when we talked about Toxic Avenger and
Kill
whatever the
List?
hell.
No, was it not? Was it Kill
Yeah,
List or something? Not
might have
Kill
been.
List. Kill
Something
Game.
like that. Kill game. Something about pranks going
Yeah.
wrong and in revenge slashers. So I liked that aspect of it. It was cool that there was a kill that happened and she was their friend and it was an accident and they covered it up but the one girl does a really good job as being the bitch. This pretty blonde girl, she plays that role well. The girls are fine. Carrie Fisher shows up as the house mother of the sorority, and I thought that was pretty cool. There's a couple of decent kills. One was using a bottle and a weapon combined, but they did so much I hadn't seen before. It was a bottle in the throat. It was cool. The shower kill was fine, but there was some bad CGI. One of the things I don't like are those loud musical stings, which had just begun. They've been around since like the late '90s, and just don't catch them. Just too damn loud. The one kid did say I'm a sea pig is a little throwback to. There's a couple things in here
Yeah.
that were nice throwbacks to like the cane came out for one scene, and it was the same cane that the house mother had in the first one. So they had little tiny things
Yeah.
for people of the
Literally.
original, and they're only going to notice. Certainly not the freaking, the Gen Zers that saw it when it came out, or whatever generation that is, millennials. So, so I was okay. There was another original kill I liked. Um, then I'm like, well, can it really be this obvious? Because I'm watching the movie and I'm like, can it really be this obvious? There are a few red herrings, but it's like, nah, that would be just, you know, um, I don't think it would work. There's a weird climax where a lot of the girls are still alive, and there's something where somebody saves somebody. It was predictable arrival to the second. I'm like, okay, where are you? Boom, there you go. You know what I mean? So there was some of that. And then another note I have here, yep, it was that obvious, unfortunately. And then finally, not sure how and why some things just happened here, although one thing could make me happy right now at least, and then didn't happen. That was my my last note. And it's fine. It's like a 6. You can definitely do worse
Yeah.
than this for those type of flicks, those remakes. So yeah, sorority roll. I didn't regret my time with it, and the killer does have a cool kind of weapon. So
Well, I have another one. This is the one I said I started, but I didn't want to talk about last show because I fell asleep. And so I ended up just restarting and watched it all the way through. On Tubi, it's called The Wind, and it's with Meg Foster and um, oh my
it's a new
God,
one, right?
Wings Hauser. No, it's from '86. Yeah,
What? Whoa.
86. It's directed by that Nico guy that did like Isle of Blood or whatever like that. The Zero
Oh,
Boys. Um,
yeah. We
it, and so I'll say one thing. He gets atmosphere down. This guy can nail down some atmosphere. I don't know what this and Meg Foster's fine in this. It's just such a weird movie because it's so straightforward. I guess it's a slasher because it's labeled a slasher everywhere. It's right on the IMDb when people review it. It's in the slasher category on Tubi, but it's not like a whodunit. It's not like a masked one. It's literally like, hey, this woman is a writer. She decides to move or go overseas to write her book and get some sort of inspiration and go away for a bit. Arrives. Uh, this crazy guy, Wings Hauser, comes into her house and seems a little off kilter. And it's because he's crazy. And he just decides, for no reason whatsoever, just to start attacking her. And then you find out that a few of the people that are on this island sort of end up dead. And so he carries like, I mean, you've got shadows, you've got the creepy POVs, you've got knives rising up, you've got sickles or scythes or whatever. But
right.
it's no large body count. It's not super bloody. It's kind of bloodless. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. But I watched it all the way through, and I at the end I'm like, what did I just watch? And it's a well packaged nothing movie. Like it has good, decent enough production values. Wings Hauser overacts, and but like I don't know if I resent my time or regret my time with it or there, but
Son of a bitch.
damn
Why
you,
did I
Tom.
watch that?
But it was I don't recommend it. It's kind of just like not it's not horrible, but it's by no means great. I even a mild rumble. I don't even know if a mild rumble is too high. It's kind of just
Shit,
5 out of 10. I guess it's a mild rumble. 5 out of 10.
yeah, I guess.
It,
Yeah, shit. Not so good.
it's like a slasher that is not really a slasher, more thriller, but it's also just so bizarre because it's called The Wind and the Beware of the Wind, yet nothing fucking comes of anything.
It's only the wind. Like the ending of fucking Phantasm 4. It's only the
Yeah.
wind. I love that. Well, I don't know. That's interesting. I'll avoid it. It wasn't on my
Yeah.
list. So what's it called again?
The Wind.
The Wind? Just the
Yeah.
Wind. Okay. Speaking of Wings Hauser, did you watch The Carpenter? And is it a slasher?
I watched The Carpenter for the first time we did the slasher show, and I did not like it, so I didn't watch it again.
Yeah, I didn't think I liked it. I just wanted to know if it was a slasher to you.
Yeah, I think
I know.
I think it is in the same way The Wind is, which is just a very straightforward
Right.
slasher or
Mhm.
whatever. And I remember not liking it, and I almost wanted to check if it was the same director, which I did check, and it wasn't. And because I thought of that immediately when I started watching this one.
Ah, right on. No, that's cool. Well, it's not cool, but you
Yeah,
got it out of the way. Whatever. Well,
jeez.
this is cool. I will tell you about this one. It's one that's well known. I haven't watched it in a minute, but I had to watch it for this show, of course, and for podcast Under the Stairs. For that, we had to talk about this movie, and I can't wait to talk about it. And that's High Tension.
Ah,
And,
Yars.
yeah,
Yars. What was that?
I don't know, Chars. Um, I gotta say, the fucking kills are
Oh,
great, and I sure do love that one kill with the father with his head in the stairs. Ever since the first
oh.
time I saw it, it's like
Mouth dropping.
it might be a top 20 kill for me. I love it, and all the kills are just well done. There's a great throat slit, and we actually, true to the name, we actually have tension. And
That
as I'm
soundtrack,
watching it this time,
like
dude,
it's crazy.
soundtrack's
Yeah.
great, dude. Yes, I it took me time. I'm at the point now where I'm looking at things and I'm piecing things together. I'm like, oh wow, this makes even more sense than I initially gave it. First, I had a problem with this. Actually, no, this makes sense. I hear you there. It was me running after me. The roadhead scene was always a problem, but again, the entire roadhead scene is fantasy because the person whose head it was still alive. And there's talk about this head through the whole movie because she even says to her friend, what does she say to her? She goes, okay, yeah, laugh your head off, she said. So she says, laugh your head off. And then there's something else later with the head. And for whatever reason, this was an obsession with her in this head. And as she's telling her story or recounting her story, what have you, that's why that is in there. So, what else is cool is that they actually kill a kid and a dog, but they do it in a classy way. It's
Yeah.
done where it's not exploitive. It's done. It looks the way it would be. See, I'm even okay with a kid and a dog kill if it's done that way. It doesn't have to be, off the wall for me to say awesome. This was still done in a tasteful kind of way, and I like that they did that. That's cool with it. Again, he cuts her head off on the pick too. The killer. So there was this whole thing going on with her head. And I'm like, okay, that was the one scene I always had a problem with because when you're seeing it, it doesn't make sense in the storytelling back. But if you are telling it and you had this obsession about this girl's head for some strange reason, which that's my only problem is that at the end, it didn't happen. There was an opportunity where it could have happened, and that would have been nice. She gets the head. Doesn't work that way, but whatever. But the gas station scene is great the whole time. The axe kill is good. Um, like you said, the soundtrack, great looking cuts after the car crash. As far as the freaking
Oh,
the realism of it, the
his fr
practicals are great.
his framing in
Wow,
this movie is great. I'm a huge fan, as you well know, but yeah,
buddy,
the framing is
I'm up
beautiful.
there. It really is. It's a great weapon too that he's using, and he uses it well. It's man, and at the end, that circular saw, what an amazing weapon. I've never seen that in anything else. If you think about it, I mean, Jason had that freaking one, but this thing was like I don't even know. It's obviously used to cut trees. I guess is my only. What else could it
No,
be for
cement.
something
It's a
that big?
cement saw.
Oh, they cut cement with a blade like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I've seen them, and
Wow.
they're
Okay.
crazy because I always laugh because I'm like, are those wireless? But yeah, they are. They actually have wireless ones, or not
Yeah,
not
gasoline.
plug in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, it's
Wow.
yeah.
Well, dude, I appreciate this movie more than ever now. So it's a full head explosion. I love it. It's still not exactly Martyrs level for me, but it's like a notch below. Like after Martyrs, but I don't know. It might be getting close. This is getting pretty close to that compared to the other
Well,
French Extreme. It's way up there. It just took me time, but it happens. So that's where I'm at. I'm right
yeah,
now where I'm fully in love with High Tension. There you go.
I'm glad to say that. I'm very high on it, as you well know. I am going to watch Inside again because, as I
Oh,
mentioned, although people have said um, we've kind of claimed it to be more um, like home invasion. A lot of people consider it a slasher. So I am going to give it a watch for the slasher show.
yeah, I've seen it enough to know that I don't think I'd consider it a slasher, but I still enjoy it. But either way, it is what
Uh,
it is. All
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad to
right.
hear about High Tension. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
man. Had a great friggin' time with it. Yeah. It's, yeah. So there you go.
No,
There was something else I
awesome.
wanted to tell you quickly. I had a note about a movie being remade. Oh, first of all, do you know about this Omnicron movie? People are
No.
saying that this is the movie that In a Violent Nature wanted to be because you see it through the killer's eyes. It just came out. It's called the Omicron Killer. A copycat
So
serial killer goes on a rampage to prove he's even more deadly than the original. The media redubs him the Omicron Killer, and it's supposedly a slasher.
huh, I
So,
have not. I will check that out.
but
And you heard that In a
this,
Violent Nature 2 has already been greenlit.
yeah, yeah, maybe they'll correct what they did wrong in the first one, or maybe they'll just ride with the fans that they have. The people apparently love the last 15 minutes and the walking. And we're in the minority where we don't. I still like everything else.
No,
So,
everything I've read, it's weird. I heard people raving and raving and raving, and then whenever I go read something, it's all people with the exact same problems I had with it, and say that whole 10-minute dialogue scene. They want you to
yeah,
think like that 10-minute dialogue scene, you know what they're talking about. It still doesn't fucking make any sense or make it an entertaining sequence
no.
at all. It's just a
And it's
deadly
15
dull
minutes. Don't
fucking
even call it
story.
10. It's
Yeah.
15. It's a fact. And it's
Ugh.
long. And I don't care who's delivering it as much as I like her. It doesn't matter. And even if you want to tie it into what they're saying as commentary for the film, that's all well and good, but that doesn't automatically make it good. I'd rather have my
No.
commentary done some other way. It doesn't, if it was
Agreed.
woven into the film, where in the middle of the film or a discussion kids were having by the fire, you know what I mean? Sucking on beers and talking about some topic. If you want to do it that way, fine. But that was just, to me, was just a bad artistic choice. But some people love it for those flaws, even. But I don't know. What are you gonna do? So they're making that one. It just came out. I'm gonna watch it very soon. Maybe we'll talk next show. I don't know. And did you know this? There is a movie coming out called freaking, hold on, Return of the Living Dead Originals LLC announces Trash's Revenge, the next installment in the Return of the Living Dead universe. Weird, huh?
That is really weird.
Yeah,
No.
it's being done by like freaking Recall Classic in Linnea. It's actually called Linnea Quigley's Trash's Revenge, Return of the Living Dead universe, and she's gonna be in it. And Beverly Randolph, Tom Matthews, John Philbin, Drew Dayan, and Miguel Nunez. It will also feature the talents of these composers and makeup people. Okay. So
I'm
this is coming
sorry.
out, but
I feel like that's just going to be, that sounds like, to me, it's funny. I get like a Death House kind of vibe from that.
yeah, look at the picture. It just looks weird. It's called, hold on, Back Us on Indiegogo.
Yeah, no.
D Reagan Studio. But like, look at it. I mean, this is what it looks like. I don't like the fact that it's called Trash's Revenge. Is the problem? It automatically sounds like it's freaking budget.
Garbage.
As much as I love her and the character, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
interested to see how it's going to play out, though. You know, but it might
Yeah,
be
no,
terrible.
I mean, it looks, I would suspect terrible. It seems like it sounds like a fan film one notch above. Maybe not even.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right, but I just saw that and I was like, "What? I can't. What's
I've
this
not, I
all
hadn't
about?"
heard of it, but that, yeah, I'm not, it doesn't
No,
look promising,
I was looking around in
unfortunately.
horror news because I thought we were going to have all kinds of free time. So I was like, "Oh, we got this. You know, Speak No Evil remake is getting good praise at Fantasia. Witchboard is getting mixed praise. What do you expect? The Walking Dead, Dead City season 2 is happening. So there's another Walking Dead show. I'll never understand this. It just keeps going and going and going.
Mm,
Isn't that
yeah,
seriously?
bizarre. Bizarre. Just let it go. I love zombies, but I just gave up on that a long time ago.
No, I'm with you. But that was my that's my news segment. How about that? And there's a movie called Bagman coming out in September. Guess it's the year of the bag, right? We
Yeah.
already had a Sackhead. Was that movie called Sackhead we saw
It
earlier
was
this year?
Baghead.
Baghead. So Baghead, Bagman. Okay. What are we gonna do? And Melissa is alive, so we're pretty happy about that. Maybe she'll pop up on one of these Friday the 13th.
Melissa's
fan films.
revenge. She comes back with the axe in her face and she comes back to fight Jason. Melissa's
Nice.
revenge.
Yeah, maybe what's her name could bring her back from the dead.
Yeah,
What's her name?
Tina.
Because she brought her father back.
Yeah.
Why can't she bring Melissa back? Imagine that she goes to the old place to overcome her problems from the past and inadvertently does. Then they never found Melissa. She was like someplace else.
She's at
She
the
brings
bottom of
her
that fucking lake like everybody else.
I guess so. Yeah, I know what happened. One of the guys was into her and he was into necrophilia. So before he got killed, he hooked up with her, and then he was afraid of getting caught, so he threw her in the water. Boom.
Where the house blew up.
Yeah. Or they could play it off like a rape slash thing, like, oh, no more rape talk. Anyway, I was only kidding earlier, everybody, about the rape thing. By the way, I'm just saying,
So
like,
late now.
if my daughter came to me and it happened to her, she said I went to a fun house and I thought it was my boyfriend Stan, this, and this, and then it turned out to be some nerd. I'd say, son of a bitch, that's
I
rape.
love it always has the revelation doesn't have to be a nerd. It can be just somebody else. I love how it always comes back to it was some nerd. Oh, it's a nerd. Get him.
No, well, I just use that part because that's what makes her mad. Like if she went with it, like she's the one to ask, right? Were you raped? Oh, well, I technically yes, but I ended up marrying him, and I love the head he gave, so I didn't report him to the police. You know. Anyway.
On that note, everybody, good night.
Yeah. Good. Manchichi. Peace out.